are some of the common problems or pain points among your clients that Aero solves with AI? And what can tech leaders in the audience glean from your recent learnings on the application of AI?
Thanks. So, see, there's anytime a new technology is created, there's two types of players. There's the inventors, and then there's the scalers, if you will. We like to think we are the scalers, or we enable mass scaling of a technology that has seen its maturity to a certain extent. What we are seeing over the last 7 years is that none of these companies that are trying to adopt AI are doing it to actually solve a pain point. Rather, they see the opportunity to do some things better. They can reduce cost, or they can be better at customer experience. They can make new product innovation in a much better, faster way, right? So I would frame the question in a way where it says, what are the opportunities that AI is enabling these companies to adopt in a much better, faster way? And yes, because the pain points were always there, and there were always technologies that were able to solve those. AI is a completely new paradigm shift for all of us. Some examples. So we have this thing called the Aero AI Factory. What it does is, anytime a new enterprise is trying to think of a new use case, we obviously, first of all, challenge them as to whether this use case actually is going to deliver any kind of value to you or your stakeholders or your customers or whoever, right? Whether this particular use case has enough data for the use case to actually use, and for the AI to actually use and train itself on. Whether that data can be secure, whether this AI implementation is going to actually go ahead and violate any of the regulations or compliance issues, right? So once we go through all of those and filter through, I would say only 1 out of 100 use cases actually qualifies. And that goes through the factory model. And finally, out of 100 POCs or pilots, you come up with 1 or 2 or 3 use cases that can actually mass scale from an AI standpoint. Whatever else is mass scaling today is not really true AI. It may be automation, which is a very lesser manifestation of AI if you really think about it. A weak AI or narrow AI, as we call that. But true AI, the world is our oyster. Maybe next 5 years, we'll see where it goes.
And that's exactly right. That's the holy grail that a lot of entrepreneurs are pushing for, because last year exactly was the year of use cases and experimentation and pilots. And the next few years is going to be the years where you're actually going to optimize it and scale with AI.
We were just counting, in the last 7 years, how many POCs have gone through this factory? That's more than 1,000. Now think about that, because there's a lot of adventurous companies out there that actually want to use this and are curious about it, but only a very few actually are finally making up their minds and putting millions of dollars behind any kind of implementation. So.
Great, great.